Hello, my crafty friends. It is Trinae here, and we're about to make a spin a card. I love like interactive cards, and this one is extra special because it is the first video for our Fawn Lover collaboration. Me and a couple of other ladies who absolutely love Fun are teaming up each month to create a little project just to show off our Fun products and our craftiness. Today's video is all about the prompt of winter, and what's more wintry than a little polar bear doing some ice skating? I don't know. What could be more winter than that? So that is what I created for my project, and I'm going to walk you through how I created it. So first up, let's color out our images. So I'm using Copic markers, and I have just a couple of colors in the blues, grays, and the purple family because it's going to be simple. And I stamped my images out with some Memento Tuxedo back ink. Um, I have it. I love it. I do have to double stamp it with my Misty, but there are better inks. Well, I'm not going to say better inks. There are some alternatives for Copic coloring, but I like to use that. So I am just using my warm grays to color in my polar bears. And as you can see, I am just keeping it very, very light. And I am just using that warm gray to give it a little bit of shadowing. Most of my image is going to be the white of the paper, but I didn't want it to be stark white. So I always like to do this, and then I just blend it on out with a colorless blender so that everything fades nice, and it gives you like a cute little polar bear, like a white color, I guess I should say, for the polar bear. Um, Instead of just leaving the image stark white, which you can do if you want to. It's your thing, do how you want to do it. But I like doing it this way. So next, I'm gonna color in the scarf and the shoes on my polar bear, or I should say the ice skates. And I'm just using some light violet colors. And all the colors that I'm using for this will be posted in the description below. So, you don't have to worry about trying to find it. I know it's moving kind of fast, but I didn't want this video to be super long because I am a slow colorer, you guys. I really take my time when I color. And, I ain't ashamed of my slow coloring. But I did both of my images the exact same way with the scarf. I did kind of flick in the color a little bit to make it seem like the scarf is like thick and cozy, and to kind of create like little folds over um, with the cotton, like, well, with like a wool scarf, how they be nice and cozy. So I did that. And then I just keep going back and forward with my dark colors until I get, everything the way I like it. And even though I'm not using the rest of these images with this card, I go ahead and when I'm coloring, I stamp out my whole stamp set and I go ahead and color everything. And then I just keep the little pieces off to the side because you can always create something with them later. And that's just how, like, my process, if you guys ever wonder. But I decided to keep it in just so you guys could see how I'm coloring the other images in the stamp set. If you need any ideas, or you just like to see people color, I'm the type that likes to see coloring. I don't know why. It's, to me, it's soothing. I kid you guys not that sometimes I even go to bed watching like people color or paint, especially like I was a big Bob Ross fan, so I would watch him paint. I don't know. To me, it's just something like, I don't know. It's just something relaxing about even just watching other people color. I don't know. It's nostalgic, I guess. It makes me think about childhood. So yeah, this is my coloring. I'm sorry I got a little off frame here, but you get the gist.
All right, so now it's time to put together our card. And you guys, this kind of was a struggle card, I'm not gonna lie, just because I purchased the wrong dies. I purchased the frame die, which is what you see here, not realizing that I didn't also buy the basic dome shape die. These are, I think, from My Favorite Things. Um, and they do have the nesting dies, but they have the dies and then they have the coordinating frames. I bought the coordinating frames and didn't buy the coordinating dies. But you're gonna see how I use them anyway. I do eventually, y'all know me, I end up buying the right dyes that go with them, and you know, they're on their way. But I didn't want to hold up like making this card, so I kind of rigged it a little bit. So you're gonna see me kind of work my magic to make this work. So basically all I do is I cut down like the front panel for my card to fit within my standard card base, and I'm using a A2 size card, and as you can see, I just go ahead and mark where my card base is going to be, and then I trim out the dome shape, and I get a round die that I have. Yes, I get a round die that I have, and I do like a partial die cutting, and it gives you the same look. Like honestly, it's a little bit more work, but you can't tell the difference. So if you even want like that dome look, but you don't have a dome die, grab your round circle dies and just do a partial die cut, and just like you see me doing here, and you will get that same look without having that other die. All you need to do is just cut your straight line after you run it through your machine, and bam, shazam. You have your dome shape, and you know that's how I make this work for me. So as you can see, it came out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's a clean dome shape, and it was able to coordinate with the frames, and once everything is glued down, you don't even tell the difference. So that's where we are with this. So for this project I used some thread, and I used like some bluish thread because at this point in time I could not find my clear thread, and things happen. The little nargles always hide my stuff when I get ready to start crafting. So that's the life of being a muggle. They hide your stuff. But anyway, I'm being goofy. That's what I used for it, and all I did was grab some tape, and I always back my stuff up with a little bit of score tape, just because it's humid here in Georgia and tape does weird things, and I just to avoid it, I always put a little bit of score tape on my stuff, and it'll give it a little bit of extra hold, just to make sure like it's not a case where my whole card fall apart. I don't have to worry about it. And I know this string is going to stay in place because score tape doesn't go anywhere. Like this stuff will legit pull nail polish off your fingernails. It's really good, and it's really strong tape. So I used that, and as you can see, I added that little frame back in place just so I can see where I want to place my my little panel with the dome shape, and that was it. And of course, on the first time, whenever I do stuff, I always do it a little off. So I had to lift it up just a little bit, and I had to straighten it out. I don't know, you guys. Maybe I was like looking all crooked or something, holding my head the wrong way, but we got there in the end, and that's all that matters, is that we get there in the end. As Bob Ross would say, there's no something, only happy accidents. I don't know. I just totally messed up that. I totally messed up that quote, but he always said, "Oh, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents." So this is my little happy accident, and with my frames, I did use them. As you can see, all I did was run them through the sticker maker. Is called the Creative Station. I got this for Christmas, you guys. I love it. This was Chris' Christmas gift to me, and man, this thing is amazing. I had the disposable ones that I would use for little stuff, but he bought me like a permanent one that you can do refills, and it's bigger, so you can get larger images and stuff in it, and I love it. Love it. Definitely would recommend getting one if you if you're in the market. All right, so what I'm doing now is I have a little white panel that I'm going to put inside my card, and I need to know exactly where I want to do my ink blending for this card, because I am going to do some ink blending and some masking. So all I did was took my pencil and I did a light mark on the panel, and also I did it on my masking paper, and I took a swivel X-Acto knife. You guys, this thing is awesome if you are cutting like rounded shapes. Honestly, I can cut better with the swivel one than I can with the straight edge. It's like super easy. So I found it at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, okay, back to the point. So I created a mask, and that's what you see me doing now. And I just stuck it over the panel, and I grabbed my ink blending. I am using my mini distress ink, you guys. I still haven't purchased the distress oxide. I want to use them, but I haven't even collected all the distress inks yet. So yeah, right. So I'm just gonna use what I have. I think I do want to start collecting them, but I don't know. He makes so much stuff. I feel like by the time I buy all the distress inks and then buy all the outside inks, he's gonna have something else to take my money. All right, so for this one, for my ink blending, I used the spun sugar, a little bit of the broken china, and I used some of the I think it was the shaded lilac, but yeah, that's what I use. And you guys can see the links in the description if you want to purchase some of this stuff. Use your girl affiliate links. It doesn't cost you any more money, and it helps me make videos. So support your starving crafter. I'm not really starving, but it would be a great support. If you're gonna buy it anyway, might as well use the link. Use the link. No pressure, but hey, all the pressure in the world. But anyway, I'm done with that shameless self-promotion. But anyway, I just line up my panel back into my card and I stick it down. So what you see me doing now is creating my little stickers from my little polar bears. Like I said, you guys, I'm using that sticker maker thing for everything. It is good. So all I do is layer my string in between the two little polar bears, and with this polar bear, I did use a little bit of score tape, and it's probably just overkill, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So make sure that it stays on that string, because you don't want our polar bear like falling everywhere. So all I do was sandwich all I did was sandwich my string in between my two polar bears, and that is a spinning, y'all. Spinning, you spin me right round, baby, right round. But yeah, so that is the spin, and as always, I go ahead and realize that I haven't put my sentiment in my card out there. I get the thing all together, so I'm pulling out my stamp platform and I'm gonna line it up like this. You guys, this thing is a lifesaver. I have this one, and I also have a Misty. I use them both interchangeably. Like, I honestly don't like one more than the other. So if you're on the fence about which one to get, buy which one works with your budget, and call it a day. But I have both, and I love them both. I do like this one that I can put a whole card in there and get my stamp on and have enough room. And I use this one mostly for scrapbooking, like if I'm stamping something on a 12x12, of course. But yeah, that is pretty much the card, you guys. I really love the way it turned out. This make a great kind of like a masculine Valentine's Day card, just because it's not the traditional. It's a little bit of pink in there, but you can't. Nobody can tell about the distress ink pink. So I like it, and it makes my heart spin. Like, okay, yeah, I know. But But you guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to check out the ladies in the description below. And if you want to join our collab every month, then go ahead and, do a response video or just do a video, I don't think they call it a response video anymore, but do a video and put the same title that we use and it'll link up and it'll bring some views to your channel. So that is it for me today. Check out the other ladies. They are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.